going to be right in the middle of the word family because this is all a family.
New head coach here at Atascocita, what are your feelings?
A lot of excitement. Obviously, this is a really, really popular place, a really powerful place for football, so I'm just excited to be a part of it.
So what do you think prepared you to come into District 23-6A with powerhouses like CE King, North Shore, Summer Creek?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those things that football's football. I like to say I've forgotten more football than I'll ever learn, right? And so you've tried to pick up pieces from whether it's Coach Herman, Coach Orlando, Coach Niver that I work for at Texas, and kind of piece together who I am as a coach based off some of the guys that I've worked for. I think I bring a lot of passion and energy, and that's something that I try to exude in front of my players, so they kind of, it's like a match, right? I get the spark going, and they just carry that flame all the way through. I'm not really worried about talent. Talent, to me, it's apples and apples. We're all going to be the same. So now, who has the better scheme, who's better coached, and then ultimately who's got the focus to finish the job.
What is the quality you look for in leaders for any player on the team?
Is he somebody that's dependable? So if you're walking through the locker room and there's trash on the ground, are you the kind of guy that walks past it or do you pick it up, right? Because to me, a leader's the guy that picks it up. Do other people want to follow you, right? Because you could call yourself a leader and all that, and if you're like, hey guys, let's roll, and you run out the door and nobody follows you, you're not a leader, right? So can you capture the hearts of everybody around you? Can you get people to fight for you, push in your same direction, and then ultimately, when they get there, do they trust you to do your job?
There's a lot of talent in Atascocita at various grade levels. How do you plan to manage short-term win-now mentality with long-term development?
Terrific question. Now the world is so like instant gratification. I have to have it right now. You have to give it to me right now or else I'm going to transfer. So the idea is to have open and honest conversations, let guys know where they are as far as like, hey, I could move you up to the varsity team, but you're going to be third string and you're never going to play. You have a chance to play and be the starting JV player, and you're going to develop. You'll become a better football player so that now when you're a junior and you're a senior, all of a sudden, bam, you're the guy. When I get to varsity, it's because I'm ready for it. It's not because like I think I should be there. Coach trusts me to do my job. I'm ready to do the job, and then once I get there, I'm going to excel. Like, man, if you're not ready for it, like all you're going to do is put out bad tape and then end up being a backup and you won't play.
Atascocita has been super heavy on the run game, the ground game, because they've had people like Tori Blaylock, Carde Max, CJ Tony, but now all of those players are graduating and going to have a fresh slate in the backfield next year. So does that kind of like excite you, being able to open up the passing game, which we haven't done in a while, or do you plan to maybe stick and find some more talent in the backfield?
My offensive coordinator, Josh Hooten, starts on Friday, and one of the things that we've talked about is you've got to fit to what your kids can do, right? So if you have a quarterback that can throw the ball around, can spread around to everybody, you've got athletes everywhere, right? So give them the ball in space, let them go do their thing, get away from the big guys in the middle, all that. You should be able to do both, right? It's all kind of predicated on what is the quarterback able to do, what kind of receivers do you have. So ultimately, it's being able to get to the ball to the perimeter, and then what can the quarterback do.
And with Coach Stump being here for almost 15 years, how are you helping the team transition under a new head coach?
Yeah, one of the things I talk to him about is like transition's hard because it's different, right? Different doesn't mean better, doesn't mean worse. It's just different. So there's things that Coach Stump's done here for a long time that the kids have already figured out, like I don't do it that way, right? That doesn't mean it's better or worse. It just means that's not me. Where by the time it's football season, we all know each other, we all love each other, and we're working towards a common goal. And so I think it's just kind of the day in, day out. They've got to see me working hard for them, so that way they know when they're working hard for me, there's a give and take there.
We have a lot of talented players that will be seniors, obviously. Do you have certain players that you've already seen that you're like, oh, I want to plan to utilize this person? Or are you going to give everybody a completely fresh evaluation on that first day of practice?
It's a really good question. Yeah, no, I think it all kind of starts I don't know anybody, they don't know me, so we're going to put the ball down, and it's kind of, things are always going to be open, everything's going to get evaluated. Like I tell these guys, every single day is a job interview. But at the same time, you have to imagine the previous staff had guys where they were for a certain reason, right? He's the best at blank. Okay, cool. Let me watch that. Okay, I agree. He probably is the best at that.
You're a defensive guy playing linebacker and safety. Do you have an idea already of how you kind of want to set up the defense this year?
Basic scheme will probably, depending on what we look like in the spring, more than likely it'll be a 4-down just because it seems like we have the bodies to be that. And it's always good when you can put 4 anchor points down on the line of scrimmage, and then now the run back is basically saying, I'm going to run here or I have to go outside. Cool, I have a guy standing here and I've got 2 guys standing there, so you pick. So we'll see. It'll be right around spring ball, we kind of make that final decision, start rolling.
There's a lot of different type of coaches, especially something you see in the NFL where there's coaches they're full set on leadership and they let their coordinators handle most of the play calling. And then there's other coaches completely call all of their own stuff. So what type of coach are you?
So what I figured out year 2 and year 3 is it's really hard to be successful and be the play caller and be the guy that runs the whole defense Because essentially, while I'm having those meetings and planning those meetings for defense, I'm also planning coaches' meetings, what we're doing for off season and all that kind of stuff. And so I felt like it all kind of adds up a little bit to the point where I'm like, man, I'm just swimming right now. If I have to call it, I will, right? I'd like to have somebody that can come in, take it on full-heartedly. I learn the way they do things, and then we kind of build from there.
What are your realistic goals for this upcoming season?
I would like to go to the semifinals of the state championship.
So like obviously, head football coach, which has been what most of the questions are about, but coming in as head like athletic director for every single sport. With a school that's so much success in every sport, how are you going to handle that?
One of the big things that we all talked about is just being able to share athletes, right? Being able to understand that like just because a guy is really good at football or really good at basketball doesn't mean he can't do both. So it's hard for me to sit there and tell a kid you can't play baseball, you have to be at spring ball, but he's a really good baseball player, right? Or he has a chance to go make something in baseball. And then I'm going to get mad when he decides to quit football because I want to focus on baseball. Well, I kind of forced that decision, right? I want to be a big supporter of all of our athletics here on campus. So anything I can do to help them out, that's going to be my main goal.
With injuries, obviously they're a natural part of sports, but how do you plan to manage them throughout the season?
Yeah, I think that's a big part of why your junior varsity program is so important and like having those kids develop. What we've done in the past, at least at College Park, is we always had like our JV kid is really like our 2B, right? So you have your one guy, you've got 2A, who's your varsity backup, 2B, who's like really probably going to compete for 2 with the job. Proper nutrition, proper sleep, all things that I'm sure these kids hear all the time, maybe not listen to all the time, but talk to them how important that is on your body. And then ultimately trying to mitigate your risk where you can, right? Knowing that your field surface and all that kind of stuff is clean is usually a good one. Don't have any potholes or anything you're going to fall into. And then ultimately, just making sure the kids are taking care of their bodies, getting to the training room, ice baths, all that kind of stuff.
Do you have a final message that you'd like to tell the players and the community of Atascocita?
Yeah, get ready. It's time to roll.
Thank you.